All right, so this is going to be a little interesting. I'm going to do Bible AV50, which is going to be my 150th video. I've decided, so at this rate, I'm probably going to post anywhere between 500 and 1,000 videos by, see, at this rate. I mean, if I could post 5 to 10 videos a day, like I'm going to have 1,000 pretty quick. And I was thinking at 1,000, or I don't know, maybe not 1,000, maybe like 500 or something. I was thinking of because I still have a Facebook with my friends. I was thinking of maybe just making a single post, just letting people that I'm friends with know that I'm doing that, and that if they want to support and shit, that they can just hop on. But I haven't really committed to any idea yet for that. But I'm going to do this one without any background noise besides what I'm kind of forced to have. So a little cold, so the heater will be on. But other than that, that's all I have. I just turn the fan off, turn the music off. No sound coming from any of that. In fact, turn that off, and I'll turn that off. So now it's just me in a dark room, little heater going, and my cycler doing the drain sound. So, Job 6. Job then said in reply, "If only my anguish could be fully weighed and put on scales together with my calamity. For now it is heavier than the sands of the seas. That is why my words have been wild talk. For the arrows of the Almighty have pierced me, and my spirit is drinking their venom. The terrors from God are lined up against me. Will a wild donkey cry out when it has grass, or will a bull bellow when it has fodder? Is tasteless food eaten without salt, or is there flavor in the juice of a mallow? I have refused to touch such things. They are like contamination in my food. Oh, that my request would be realized, and that God would grant my desire, that God would be willing to crush me, and that He would reach out His hand and do away with me. For even that would bring me comfort. For I would leap out for joy despite the unrelenting pain. For I have not denied the sayings of the Holy One. Do I have strength to keep waiting? And what end awaits me that I should continue to live? Is my strength like that of a rock, or is my flesh made of copper? Is there any way that I can help myself when all means of support have been driven from me? Anyone who withholds loyal love from his fellow man will forsake the fear of the Almighty. My own brothers have been as treacherous as a winter stream, like the water of winter streams that dry up. They are darkened by ice, and in them the melting snow is hidden. But in due season they become waterless and come to an end. When it becomes hot, they dry up. Their course is diverted, they flow into the desert and vanish. The caravans of Tema look for them. The travelers from Sheba wait for them. They are ashamed because of their misplaced trust. They come there only to be disappointed. For this is how you have become to me. You have seen the terror of my calamity, and you are afraid. Have I said, 'Give me something,' or requested that you make a gift for me from your wealth? Have I asked to be rescued from the hand of an enemy, or to be saved from oppressors? Instruct me, and I will be silent. Help me to understand my mistake. Honest words are not painful, and what benefit can be found in your reproof? Are you scheming to reprove my words, a desperate man's sayings, which the wind blows away? You would also cast lots over an orphan and sell your own friends. So now turn and look to me, for I would not lie to your very faces. Reconsider, please, do not misjudge me. Yes, reconsider, for my righteousness is yet intact. Is my tongue speaking unjustly? Does my palate not discern that something is wrong? Job 7. Is not the life of mortal man on earth like compulsory labor, and are not his days like those of a hired worker? Like a slave, he longs for the shadow, and like a hired worker, he waits. for his wages. Thus I have been assigned months of futility, and nights of misery have been counted out for me. When I lie down, I ask, when will I get up? But as the night drags on, I toss restlessly until the dawning of the day. My flesh is covered with maggots and clods of dirt. My skin is full of scabs and pus. My days go by more quickly than a weaver's shuttle, and they come to an end without hope. Remember that my life is wind, that my eye will never again see happiness. The eye that sees me now will see me no more. Your eyes will look for me, but I will be gone. Like a cloud that fades and vanishes, the one who goes down to the grave does not come back up. He will not return again to his house, and his place will acknowledge him no more. Therefore, I will not restrain my mouth. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in my bitter distress. Am I the sea or a sea monster? What you should set that you should set a guard over me. When I say, my couch will comfort me, my bed will help ease my misery. Then you terrify me with dreams and frighten me with visions, so that I would choose suffocation, yes, death rather than this body of mine. I loathe my life. I do not want to go on living. Leave me alone, for my days are like a breath. What is mortal man that you should concern yourself with him and fix your attention on him? Why do you inspect him every morning and test him every moment? Will you not look away from me and leave me alone long enough to swallow my saliva? If I have sinned, how could I harm you, the observer of mankind? Why have you made me your target? Have I become a burden to you? Why do you not pardon my transgressions and excuse my error? For soon I will lie down in the dust, and you will look for me, but I will be gone. Job 8. Bildad the Shuhite then said in reply, how long will you keep speaking like this? The words of your mouth are but a mighty wind. Will God pervert justice, or will the Almighty pervert righteousness? Or righteousness? I'm saying that like a question. Anyway, if your son sinned against him, he let them be punished for the revolt. But if you would just look to God and plead with the Almighty for favor, and if you were truly pure and upright, he would pay attention to you and restore you to your rightful place. And though your beginning was small, your future would be great. Ask, please, the former generation, and pay attention to the things their fathers found out. For we were born only yesterday, and we know nothing, because our days on earth are a shadow. Will they not instruct you and tell you what they know? Will a papyrus plant grow tall where there is no marsh? Will a reed grow tall without water? While it is still in the bud and not yet plucked off, it will dry up before any other plant. This is the outcome of all who forget God, for the hope of the godless will perish. Whose confidence is in vain, and whose trust is as fragile as a spider's web, he will lean against his house, but it will not keep standing. He will try to hold on to it, but it will not last. He is a moist plant in the sunlight, and his shoots spread out in the garden. In a heap of stones, his roots become entwined. His looks for a house among the stones. But when he is uprooted from his place, that place will deny him and say, I have never seen you. Yes, that is how he will disappear. Then others will spring up from the dust. Surely God will not reject those who keep integrity, nor will he support evil men. For he will yet fill your mouths with laughter and your lips with shouts of joy. Those hating you will be clothed with shame, and the tent of the wicked ones will be no more. Job 9. Job said in reply, for a fact I know that this is so, but how can mortal man be in the right in a case with God? If someone wishes to argue with him, that one could not answer one of his questions in 1,000. He is wise in heart and mighty in power. Who can resist him and come off uninjured? He moves mountains without anyone knowing it. He overturns them in his anger. He shakes the earth out of its place so that its pillars tremble. He commands the sun not to shine and seals off the light of the stars. He spreads out the heavens by himself, and he treads upon the high waves of the sea. He made the Ash, the Kessel, and the Kima constellations, and the constellations of the southern sky. He does great and unsearchable things, wonderful things that cannot be counted. He passes by me, and I cannot see him. He moves past me, but I do not discern him. When he snatches something, who can resist him? Who can say to him, "What are you doing?" God will not restrain his anger. Even the helpers of Rahab will bow down to him. How much more when I answer him? Must I choose my words carefully to argue with him, even if I were in the right? I would not answer him. I could only plead for mercy from my judge. If I call out to him, will he answer me? I do not believe that he will listen to my voice, for he crushes me with a storm and multiplies my wounds for no reason. He does not let me catch my breath. He keeps filling me with bitter things. If it is a matter of power, he is the strong one. If it is a matter of justice, he says, "Who can call me to account?" If I were in the right, my own mouth would condemn me. Even if I keep my integrity, he will declare me guilty. Even if I keep my integrity, I am not confident about myself. I reject this life of mine. It is all the same. That is why I say he destroys the innocent and the wicked alike. If a flash flood should cause sudden death, he would mock at the despair of the innocent. The earth has been handed over to the wicked. He covers the eyes of its judges. If it is not then he, then who is it? Now my days are swifter than a runner. Oops. They run away without seeing good. They glide by like reed boats, like eagles that swoop down on their prey. If I say, "I will forget my complaint, I will change my expression and be cheerful," I would still be afraid because of all my pains, and I know you would not find me innocent. I would be found guilty, so why should I struggle in vain? If I wash myself in water from melting snow, and I cleanse my hands and lie, then you would dip me in a pit, so that even my own garments would detest me. For he is not a man like me, that I may answer him, that we should go to court together. There is no person to decide between us who could serve as our judge. If he would stop beating me, and not let his terror frighten me, then I would speak to him unafraid, for it is not in me to speak out of fear. I loathe my life. Job 10. I loathe my life. I will give vent to my complaints. I will speak out in my bitter distress. I will say to God, "Do not pronounce me guilty. Tell me why you are contending with me. Does it benefit you to oppress, to despise the work of your hands, while you favor the advice of the wicked? Do you have eyes of flesh, or do you see as mortal man does? Are your days like the days of mortals, or are your years like those of a man, that you should search out my error and keep looking for my sin? You know that I am not guilty, and no one can save me from your hand. Your own hands have shaped me and made me, but now you would completely destroy me. Remember, please, that you made me out of clay, but now you make me return to dust. Did you not pour me out like milk and curdle me like cheese? With skin and flesh you clothed me, and with bones and sinews you wove me together. You have given me life and loyal love. You have guarded my spirit with your care, but you secretly intended to do these things. I know that these things are from you. If I have sinned, you would watch me, and you would not acquit me of my error. If I am guilty, too bad for me, and even if I am innocent, I cannot raise my head, for I am filled with dishonor and affliction. If I raised my head up, you hunt me for like a lion, and again show your power against me. You bring new witnesses against me, and increase your anger against me, as hardship after hardship comes upon me. So why did you bring me out from the womb? I should have died before any eye could see me. It would have been as though I never existed. Um, I would have been taken straight from the womb to the grave. Are not my days few? Let him leave me alone. Let him turn his eyes away from me, so that I may find some relief. Before I go away, and I will not return to the land of deepest darkness, to the land of utter gloom, a land of deep shadow and disorder, where even the light is like the gloom. Job 11. Zophar the Naamathite said in reply, "Will all these words go unanswered? Or will a lot of talking make someone right? Will your empty talk silence people? Will no one rebuke you for your mocking words? For you say, my teaching is pure and I am clean in your eyes. But if only God would speak and open his lips to you, then he would reveal to you the secrets of wisdom, for practical wisdom has many sides. Then you would realize that God allows some of your error to be forgotten. Can you discover the deep things of God or discover everything about the Almighty? It is higher than heaven. What can you accomplish? It is deeper than the grave. What can you know? It is longer than the earth and broader than the sea. If he passes by and detains someone and convenes a court, who can resist him? For he knows when men are deceitful. When he sees what is evil, will he not take notice? But an empty headed man will understand. Only when a wild donkey can give birth to a man. If only you would prepare your heart and stretch out your hands to him. If your hand is doing wrong, put it far away, and let no unrighteousness dwell in your tents. For then you could lift up your face with no defect. You could stand firm, free of fear. For then you will forget your trouble. You will remember it as waters that have flowed past you. Your life will become brighter than midday. Even in darkness will be like the morning. You will be confident because there is hope, and you will look around and lie down in security. You will lie down with no one to make you afraid, and many people will seek your favor. But the eyes of the wicked will fail, and they will find no place to escape, and their only hope will be death. Then Job said it, Job 12. Then Job said in reply, surely you are the people who know, and wisdom will die out with you. But I too have understanding. I am not inferior to you. Who does not know these things? I have become a laughingstock to my companions, one calling to God for an answer. A righteous and blameless man is a laughingstock. The carefree person has contempt for calamity, thinking it is only for those whose feet are unsteady. The tents of robbers are at peace, and those who provoke God are secure. Those who have their God in their hands. However, ask please the animals, and they will instruct you. Also the birds of the heavens, and they will tell you. Or give consideration to the earth, and it will instruct you. And the fish of the sea will declare it to you. Who among all these does not know that the hand of Jehovah has done this? In his hand is the life of every living thing, and every spirit of every human. Does not the ear test out words, as the tongue tastes food? Is not wisdom found among the aged, and does not understanding come with long life? With him there are wisdom and mightiness. He has counsel and understanding. When he tears something down, it cannot be rebuilt. What he has shut, no man can open. When he withholds the waters, everything dries up. When he sends them out, they overwhelm the earth. With him there are strength and practical wisdom. To him belong the one going astray and the one leading astray. He makes counselors go barefoot, and he makes fools of judges. He loosens the bonds imposed by kings, and he binds a belt around their waist. He makes the priests walk barefoot, and he overthrows those who are firmly established in power. He deprives trusted advisers of speech, and he takes away the sensibleness of old men. He pours out contempt upon nobles, and he makes powerful ones weak. He reveals deep things from the darkness, and he brings deep darkness into the light. He makes nations grow great in order to destroy them. He enlarges nations that he may lead them into exile. He takes away the understanding of the leaders of the people and makes them wander in trackless wastelands. They grope in darkness where there is no light. He makes them wander about like drunken men. Job 13. Yes, my eye has seen all of this. My ear has heard and understood it. What you know, I also know. I am not inferior to you. For my part, I would rather speak to the Almighty himself, and I desire to argue my case with God. But you are smearing me with lies. All of you are useless physicians. If only you would keep absolutely silent, that would show wisdom on your part. Listen, please, to my arguments, and pay attention to the pleadings of my lips. Will you speak unjustly on God's behalf, and will you speak deceitfully for him? Will you take his side? Will you try to plead the case of the true God? Would it turn out well if he examined you? Will you fool him as you would a mortal man? He will surely rebuke you if you secretly try to show favoritism. Will not his very dignity terrify you, and the dread of him fall upon you? Your wise sayings are proverbs of ashes. Your defenses are as fragile as defenses of clay. Keep silent before me, so that I may speak. Then let whatever may come upon me come. Why do I put myself in danger and take my life in my hands? Though he may slay me, I would still wait. I would argue my case before his face. He would then become my salvation, for no godless person may come in before him. Listen closely to my word. Pay attention to my declaration. See now, I have prepared my legal case. I know I am in the right. Who will contend with me? I would die if I were to stay silent. Only grant two things to me, O God, so that I will not conceal myself from before you. Remove your heavy hand far away from me, and do not let the fear of you terrify me. Either call and I will answer, or let me speak and you answer me. What are my errors and my sins? Reveal to me my transgressions and my sin. Why do you hide your face and consider me your enemy? Will you try to frighten a wind-blown leaf, or chase after dry stubble? For you keep recording bitter accusations against me, and you make me answer for the sins of my youth. You have put my feet in stocks. You scrutinize all my paths, and you trace out each of my footprints. So man decays like something rotten, like a garment eaten by moths. Job 14. Man born of woman is short-lived and filled with trouble. He comes like a blossom and then withers away. He flees like a shadow and disappears. Yes, you have fixed your eye upon him, and you bring him into judgment with yourself. You can produce someone clean from someone unclean. Who can produce someone clean from someone unclean? No one can. If his days are decided, the number of his months is with you. You have set a limit for him that he may not go beyond. Turn your gaze away from him so that he may rest until like a hired worker, he finishes out his day. For there is hope even for a tree. If it is cut down, it will sprout again, and its twigs will continue to grow. If its roots grow old in the ground and its stumps die in the soil, at the scent of water it will sprout, and it will produce branches like a new plant. But a man dies and lies powerless. When a human expires, where is he? Waters disappear from the sea, and a river drains away and dries up. Man also lies down and does not get up until heaven is no more. They will not wake up, nor will they be aroused from their sleep. Oh, that in the grave you would conceal me, that you would hide me until your anger passes by, that you would set a time limit for me and remember me. If a man dies, can he live again? I will wait again all the days of my compulsory service until my relief comes. You will call, and I will answer you. You will long for the work of your hands, but for now, you keep counting me my every step. You watch only for my sin. My transgression is sealing up in a bag, and you seal up my error with glue. As a mountain falls and crumbles away, and a rock is dislodged from its place, as water wears away stones, and its torrents wash away earth's soil, so you have destroyed the hope of mortal man. You keep overpowering him until he perishes. You change his appearance, and you send him away. His sons are honored, but he does not know it. They become insignificant, but he does not realize it. He feels pain only while he is still in his flesh. He mourns only while he is still alive. And that is the end of AV50.